Hey guys, what's up? It's Moddz and welcome back to Mobis Kitchen. Now today's episode we're going to be doing a little bit of something for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's around the corner, and what better way to impress your guests with a simple appetizer of yum yum deviled eggs from the Fallout cookbook. Now this reads as follows, right? You need 6 eggs, half a cup of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of miso paste, 1 tablespoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground turmeric, half a teaspoon of ground mustard, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground fennel, and kosher salt and black pepper to taste. Now that is if you can use black pepper. My mom is allergic, so we won't be using that in this recipe, but we'll be using kosher salt. Let's get our spice mix in this bowl. So, let's start with the ground coriander. Now, this was a pain to do. I had to get in a little bowl. I had to use a blender because I don't have a mortar and pestle on hand at the moment. But I did get it done, so I got it into a fine enough powder where it'll be fine. So, 1/4 of a teaspoon ground coriander. We'll do the ground fennel because I couldn't find any. I should have bought ground coriander. I completely forgot to buy it, so not a problem on my part. Couldn't find any ground fennel. So we get 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground fennel. But yes, it's in a shot glass, the only other tiny little container I had. Next, we will need ground cumin, and that is half a teaspoon of ground cumin. So let me see here. Yep. Half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Hey, I recognize that smell. Cumin's used in like taco seasoning. That's what that smells like, taco seasoning. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. We'll do half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Half a teaspoon of ground cumin. We're gonna do a 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Then we're gonna go for, let's see here, the half a teaspoon of ground mustard, followed by 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So half a teaspoon of ground mustard, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And yes, it usually is preferred to be ground. All right. Now, that is going to be followed up with half a cup of mayonnaise. So we'll screw this back on. Got our mayonnaise. I prefer the squirt bottle, make it easy. Half a cup of mayonnaise. Plop that in there. Make sure it's all good. Get a spoon in there. Get one of my spoons. Just because I'm done using it. Get it in there. Make sure it's all in there. Okay. Wash that out real quick. Alright, now we follow up with a tablespoon of miso paste. I don't know where my tablespoon is right now, so I'm going to do 2 half tablespoons to make it work. Now, miso paste, this is the light sweet miso paste. You can find this in your world food aisle, and I prefer the squeeze bottle for easier application. So, it's really good. In case you don't know what miso is, just out of curiosity, miso is usually a base of soup used in things like a tofu-esque soup. So like I've been to a place that does hot pots and stuff, and I usually get the miso, and that is like a kind of tofu kind of thing. Miso base is really good, and I do personally love it. I think it's very good. Nice. So now we've got all that. We need, obviously, our egg yolks. Now, mind you, you can add chives to garnish this. I'm not going to because I'm not a chive guy, but you can. So it says, for the eggs, which I've already pre-peeled and I have boiled, you would boil them for 8 minutes. After the water gets ready to boil, you boil them for 8 minutes while also preparing an ice bath for them. You know, ice and water. Put it in the freezer if you got room. When the 8 minutes is up, then you bring it out and then take the hot things. You use one of these. I use this for Easter when we're like dipping eggs and stuff, but this will work equally for boiling eggs. This is my favorite thing, these little egg tongs. You pull them out, put them in the ice bath, let them sit for a minute, and then you take them out and then crack them, run them back through the water to let the water seep under the shell, and it'll make taking off the shells a lot easier. You need 6 of them, and I'm going to cut these lengthwise. But it says here, it says cut the eggs in half, place the yolks in the bowl with the mayonnaise and miso, combine ingredients, smooth. Yep. Alright. So, now we're going to cut these lengthwise. You want lengthwise because when you cut them lengthwise, like I'm about to do, you get these lovely boats, essentially, little boats, which is how the deviled eggs are good. Now I'm going to take this spoon, which I have here, and I'm going to scoop out the internals while trying to maintain the shape of the original shell. So I learned early or a little late after I did everything already with the spoon that you can, in fact, basically the cooking process has separated the yolks pretty decently from the things. You don't need a spoon. And don't worry if you break a few of your egg whites while trying to get the yolks out. That leaves a snack for you for later. Snack for the chef, always love that. So now we are going to mix up what we have here. I'm going to get a mixing spoon. And we are just going to mix this all up. Now, this is my first time ever making Yum Yum deviled eggs. First time making any deviled egg for that matter. So this will definitely be an interesting take. Alright, we've mixed them up, mixed it up into a good thing. Now, I don't know why, mine's darker yellow than what's in the image here. I don't know what that's about. I'm going to try a little bit. I'm not mad at that. Spicy. Tangy. Needs salt though. It does indeed need salt. I should do. But it's got a little kick to it, which is always nice. Salt was needed. That was good. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's tangy, it's got a little kick to it. Ain't half bad. Now what remains is, we'll put this plug over here. Now all that remains is to put these in the eggs. So, we shall do that. Get a spoon of the good stuff, and we'll just dollop it in there. Alright, naturally you want to let these cool. I will, but I made a spare egg so I can try it. So let us see this lovely egg. I don't know if you see it. Let's take a look at that. It's a lovely egg. See how it is. That ain't half bad. I like that. Kind of tastes like eggs with taco seasoning a little bit. Very good. I like that. So now, put the lid on. And we set these in the fridge to cool roughly overnight. Now we'll do a little cleanup. Alright, and there we are. So yeah, that was Yum Yum Deviled Eggs. Definitely think that they're good. If you like taco seasoning kind of flavor stuff, you'll like that. They're really, really good actually. And I bet you they'll be better cold. So yeah. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I do videos just like this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this helped you out, and you can feel free to follow along while I make these videos so you can make things like this for Thanksgiving. So definitely give it a try if you like a little bit of spice with your eggs, your deviled eggs. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. We'll be right back.